What really works best for helping dry skin is your own natural oils. The key is to help keep your own natural oils in place so they can do their own healing. It forms a natural, invisible shield, and your own natural oils are left there to do their job.
I am a mom.
I've been working with children for 15 years.
I am cooking, I am cleaning, I am driving the kids everywhere, I'm taking care of our pets.
Serve meals, I'm washing bottles, I'm cleaning dishes.
And I'm constantly washing my hands, and they're constantly dry.
I wash my hands probably more than anybody you know.
When they're dry, they get so chapped, and sometimes they hurt and burn, especially around the knuckles.
That my knuckles got dried out, and they start to get red and cracked.
So my father, who's a pharmacist, recommended the shielding lotion, and I started using it, and after a few days, I noticed that my hands were more protected.
If I put gloves and a bottle on them, it absorbs in there and it feels, it feels like smoother, and it keeps the water from penetrating them.
It wasn't as dry anymore after using the shielding lotion. It actually felt softer and protected.
So they feel better, and I can bend them without any pain.
I've been acnegenic as a teenager, so I've tried everything, I've gone through everything. I know a lot about skin products because many skin products bother my skin. When I got older, and I started to have allergic reactions and hives, and we could never really quite figure it out with an allergist. So I still to this day have some scarring, so I'm really cautious about what I put on my skin. But when I did try the product, I put it all the way up to here, and I just recently got over an allergic reaction, partially on my arms, and I didn't have any reaction. It stayed on my skin and made it feel smooth for 12 hours. It kept my cuticles from getting dry. It was nice, and I like it that's unscented because I do like to wear perfume on occasion, so it doesn't clash. So I really enjoy the product.
In my practice, I have many patients that have irritant or allergic dermatitis. This could be on their hands or any other part of their bodies. For those patients, we want to rebuild that barrier of their skin that has been compromised through their daily activities and through their occupation. Gloves in a bottle fits perfectly into that because not only does it help to hydrate the skin, but it restores the barrier that is really the function of our skin. Our skin is supposed to breathe, take in nutrients, perspire, and also act as a barrier so chemicals, irritants, bacteria cannot penetrate and make us ill. Gloves in a bottle isn't just for irritated skin. It really can be used by anyone, just as a lotion for their hands or body.
I'm an artist. I've been a hairdresser for about 4 years now.
Paint gets stuck to my hands all the time, and ink, and I have to wash my hands a whole bunch of times. The paint stays on for a few days.
I found that my hands have been super, super dry. They've been cracked and irritated, and I have been searching for the perfect product. I've tried countless balms and creams and moisturizing gloves. Nothing was working for me. I felt like I was just wasting my money.
I was introduced to gloves in a bottle.
A coworker told me about gloves in a bottle,
and within the first use I noticed that the paint and the ink washed off the first time, and my hands were really shielded and protected.
I tried it at the beginning of my workday, and I noticed immediately that my hands were super silky, way silkier than they had been with any of the other products that I've tried. My hands were looking super old. They were cracked and red and flaky and irritated. So after trying gloves in a bottle, they looked young again, and I really loved it.
As a professional makeup artist, I am constantly using my hands not only to help me do my job by testing shadows and foundations and products all the time, but also touching my clients' faces and interacting with them really closely. I like to have my hands being as presentable as possible. I noticed that as I'm trying things throughout the day, makeup has a lot of alcohol in it, whether it's makeup remover or foundations, and there's mineral oil, and all of a sudden the moisture from my hands was just getting lifted away every time I swiped another product on there. And they were getting drier and kind of ashy and not very good looking. And then I heard about gloves in a bottle. I tried it, and the first thing I noticed was that it didn't interfere with the products at all that I was putting on my hands. My hands stayed nice and smooth throughout the day, which is so important. I didn't need to reapply. Like, that in itself is a lifesaver.
What we are going to be observing here is gloves in a bottle's remarkable ability to protect the skin from the elements that can cause dryness or irritation. Do not try this at home. gloves in a bottle is not a replacement for gloves or adequate safety protection. The purpose here is only to demonstrate that the shielding property of gloves in a bottle is so effective that it will even hold up against acids that are capable of dissolving concrete. In this example, Katia had applied gloves in a bottle quite liberally to her hands before the demonstration we call the acid test. Very simply, she is holding some rocks and she is pouring hydrochloric acid onto those rocks that she is holding in her hand. Watch the rocks fizz and the acid bubble away, while her hand remains unscathed. Katia used gloves in a bottle. There are countless industries where people come into contact with substances that cause their hands to become dry or irritated or cracked and painful. This might be due to washing your hands all the time, or working repetitively with only cardboard or paper or fabric. Or it could be due to using soaps, cleansers, cleaning products, or more harmful solvents such as oils, paints, or corrosive fluids. In these cases, gloves in a bottle should be used. People need to use gloves in a bottle. Perhaps this rock should have used gloves in a bottle.